born?
No, Penrith.
Penrith born. No, anyway. Mr. Action Jackson, England. Yeah. Do you hear the crowd?
Yeah, it's going off.
Dude, I forgot you were born in Penrith. Penrith with a double F.
Penrith kid.
Yeah, I remember that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, Mr. Action Jackson, are you basically considering yourself the real and legit Action Jackson?
I don't know. I've got.
Will that ever happen? Is that a fight that you actually have, like weight class wise and shit?
Well, I believe so.
Okay.
From what I know, it's out there, and for that last Tim Tszyu thing, we actually got offered the fight.
Okay.
We got offered the fight,
yeah.
and it wasn't till I think a week went by or 4 or 5 days went by, and they chose to fight Tyson Lantry. I don't really know the back end stuff of it. They chose to fight Tyson Lantry, and I had Luke Jackson win him.
Yep.
I thought he was going to go through him because a few people I know, even a guy I fought earlier in my career, he used to spar Tyson Lantry. Okay. And even he said he was backing Luke Jackson. And then Tyson Lantry pulled it out of the back and won.
To be honest, I watched it. Yeah. And I honestly think that Lantry, like, it was good either way. Yeah. So when he did win, I'm like,
that's what I heard from a lot of people. It was good back and forth.
That's right, yeah.
But I was actually quite shocked. I was like, oh, okay. Lantry actually gave it back, and they were going from what I heard, they were going back and forth. But from what I know, it could happen. Okay. I think it would be great.
I think it has to happen because there can only be the one Action.
That's true. That is true.
Mr. Action Jackson, England. Do you like the voice? That was a great voice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
So, as I said, we're doing this a second time, so I'm going to make sure that what I said the first time was good because we had a good vibe going on, but Greg ruined it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Greg did not ruin it. Zuckerberg fucked us over.
Sorry. It was
too much shit going on in America.
It was Facebook and Siri and everyone else involved.
Turned I pressed record, I was FaceTiming Siri.
So I got to get used to the camera being here, to be honest, because I keep looking this way, going, I'm focusing on the camera, but really I'm looking at a screen that's not doing it. So, hello.
Talk to Jackson.
You know that too.
I just keep looking this way.
I haven't spoken to him yet. I'm getting involved with the audience. Making sure I make eye contact and shit.
I'll be honest.
What?
It looks like a heavyweight, and
a really little guy. I could pass off. I
should probably start putting Lucas on that side. I guess.
Is this similar situation to when
Lulu was
here?
Jeez. Oh, that would have been even.
Hey, she's a good bloke. Leave her alone. Okay. Now, for those who do or don't know, I don't care. I'm telling you anyway. I used to be involved in Onyx, which was in Bibra Lake. Onyx was a great team, great gym, great everything. Had great fights under them. The great seems to be the word I'm using a lot. But due to COVID, Jay Gray had to basically close down and moved it to his house, which for me was too far away, and we sort of just broke ties. So Action Jackson is still part of the crew, still part of the team. I'm still, chatting away social media wise to everyone and everything and all that sort of stuff. If you wouldn't mind, just basically giving us a WhatsApp on how's it all going? Because I'd like to know.
It's going pretty good, you know. Like it's obviously everyone's year would have been, the start with the whole COVID thing, and then even with the gym closing and stuff. Like I pretty much grabbed what I could at the gym, and me and the missus were living at a mum's place in Yangebup. So we pretty much I grabbed what I could, a skipping rope, a couple of stuff here and there, and I grabbed it, and I was like, okay, fuck, I'm stuck out the back for 7-8 weeks. Yeah, what can I do? Honestly, I was pulling my hair out, but it was good to have that one-on-one time with the missus and just actually hang out and do stuff. But if I'm such a out there, being at the gym, talking to people all the time, everything like that, it was a really weird experience. Yeah. Like even going for a run, like people would take 2 extra meters step away from you. Yeah, right, when I'm used to just going, oh hey, what's going on? It was a really weird experience. The nod, quick nod as you breathe. That's right, yeah. But it was a really weird experience. But I think with that, it showed the adversity of everybody, especially in Perth, like us actually sticking to the rules and trying to make sure that we come out on top. Because you look at New South Wales, you look at everywhere else in the world, they're still struggling with it.
That's right, yeah.
And
the government shit, but we won't get that.
But that's what I mean. And
sorry, Siri.
So serious. But other than going in more depth, it was It was more just the frustrating part of being stuck somewhere. That really got to me. But then once we started to kind of get back into a flow of things, and then Jay got into a bit of issues with the landlord about, all right, 10 capacity, I still want this amount of money for you to pay me. Jay was like, nah, we'll just break ties or cut lease and then go up to his place. So he's got the big gym set at his place. He's got the shed. He's got the
he's got the shed up.
Got the shed up now. He's got the shed up now. He's got the ring in there. He's got everything going in there. So, but it's funny because he's got everything all squished in there, and it actually suits really well. Like actually going in there, like as soon as the shed went up, he was freaking out. He's like, "Oh, I'm not sure if I can fit everything." As soon as we got in there, everything fit really nicely.
Oh, nice,
and it's real compact and small, but it suits really well. It is exactly.
He's still got
what
the shit outside, but
yeah, he's still got all the calisthenic stuff outside, so it works out either like with both things. Like if we want to go outside, if we want to come in, works out.
I think I saw Donato punching away around the side of the house on the water balls.
Yeah, he's got 3 water balls now hanging outside on these what's the word?
Balcony.
Yeah, no, not balcony. They're like
porch.
Patio. Porch patio.
It's not a puff.
Outdoor bit.
Outdoor bit.
Next to the foot puff.
But he's got those 3 water bags hanging out there, as well as the calisthenic stuff and the fake grass up there with the sled track and everything. He's done it to a T.
I saw the tire bag.
Oh yes, it's pretty much the old tire bag that was hung out at the gym that used to be on when the ring was on the opposite side.
The one I broke.
Yes, the one you broke. It fell. The one that he broke.
I was hitting it with my chest.
And if it just...
That's it. I broke it.
He was pushing it, running into it.
I was basically pushing it, and as it came back,
bang,
doing the kung fu conditioning wise,
and
I broke it.
I
broke it. Yeah, no,
kung fu conditioning.
I'm very fucking kung fu. Yeah.
What makes it kung fu?
What
makes it kung fu?
I've done a bit of kung fu. so what the fuck you laughing for?
Okay, now they look like the kung fu panda.
He was very effective. He was the one.
He was the one.
I watched that the other day.
He's the fucking
Dragon Warrior. Nice.
He's the Dragon Warrior.
See? In a piece and all sorts of shit.
What makes it kung fu?
Nah, it's
a conditioning.
Did you say kung fu every time I hit you?
You got. This is now where I want to say the C word that I'm not allowed to say.
Clucky.
Yeah. No, basically, you do a lot of different things. It's hard to explain on fucking camera without me doing it. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, dickhead. You're just doing that because the camera's not on you anymore. But there's a lot of breathing techniques, all that sort of stuff goes into it before, and you've got to actually do it for a long period of time to be able to do it. So
theoretically, you kung fu tackled that boy up north.
Yeah.
Kung fu training kicked in. See, didn't tell him that.
Staunch.
That was it. Yeah. No, but honestly, I've seen, and this is, you know, how you get told a lot of stories, but it's not until you see something in person or it gets done to you that you actually fucking go, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Little Asian dude. Now I'm talking your size, maybe even Francis. That's
actually,
sort of,
I think I told you. You told me this story before.
And he was the older, so probably he was in his 50s. It's a family system. This is what I was learning, and I learned this much. Don't get me wrong, like I'm not a kung fu master or anything like that. I learned this much, but I learned enough to be able to put it into like the boxing aspect of it, rather than like I didn't want to unlearn everything to learn the kung fu, then not be able to box. You know what I mean? So I wanted to learn enough to be able to go into boxing, and that's what I did. So this guy basically ran into me with his shoulder, just little tap, and I went flying. I flew like I flew back off balance for about a meter, and then I fell on my ass. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how did that happen? You know what I mean? And it just intrigued me straight off the bat. I'm like, how does this little man knock me on my ass with zero effort? You know what I mean? And then you've got all the conditioning of the hands and everything else. Like they're just my hands right now, they're like rocks. I've been doing a lot of the hand conditioning and stuff like that. So it all goes hand in hand to it. So part of me doing the hand conditioning, that was the same with me doing the tire bullshit. Yeah. And I don't know whether I'm gonna say the fact that I'm just extra strong, but it probably wasn't put together properly. You know? And I broke it. So all these tires are together on a chain, and they're swinging backwards and forwards, and bang, and they buckled. Yeah. So I actually broke it. Yeah.
So what is it? Because there's these
There's contact. So like as they come, he'll basically just go through, and they're able to. It's the chi. It's all about chi. Yeah. Look at the fucking smile on your face. It's about chi. No, I'm dead set. I've felt the thing, and I've heard the sounds and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
I felt the chi.
It's the inner chi. Yeah, it comes from basically here, the lower stomach, and once it's something that you have to do every day for a long time to be able to actually do it. Dead set. Like you can't just go, I'm going to do it. No worries. You got to do it for at least a year or two before anything really happens.
What are you doing for a year or two?
Well, this I don't know. People pay money for this shit.
Not knocking people down. Like. People are just running into you.
But they can make the chi come out through the hand like that. So the guy threw a punch and it went at the end. Like the force, you can hear it. No,
and then there's contact.
And then
but then you get those. I know what you're talking about. You get those bloody clowns who don't even touch people, and they're like,
no, 100% contact. 100. Like these guys are going bang and knocking them over.
Yeah, these other people are like, and they're
they say run.
Who do that? There's
some people
there's
don't.
a gold video, and you've probably seen it as well. It's this guy sitting on his knees, and he's got this MMA guy in front of him.
Yeah,
he's sitting on his knees, and he shakes himself out, and he goes like that, holds his hands like this. And this MMA guy's on his knees right in front of him, about probably like half a meter in front of him, and he just launches at him with punches. Boom, boom, boom. And he actually freaks out because he's getting punched, and then actually slaps him back because out of reaction, and he goes, okay, try again. Does it, and then he does it again, and actually stands up and gives him an uppercut, and he does it like 3-4 times, and it just really shows this guy truly believes he can stop this guy's punches, but after 3-4 goes on footage,
perhaps I shouldn't. Yeah, no, this is 100% about contact. It's all about contact.
Yeah,
like one of the things they do is conditioning of like a pole. Like they'll put a big, I don't know what you call it, but it's about that big. Is it that big?
That big.
Wooden pole and like put it in the ground, and they'll sit there and go through it and break it, like with their chest.
Wow.
Shit like that. It's like, and again, I've seen this in person. So that's the only reason I believe shit is when I see it. Put in are you showing me your one, or you want to have a look at my one?
Your what?
Yang Me In.
Oh no, I was looking at that fake stuff. I was just
the funniest.
The one I did was Yang Me In, and that's from Sydney. And there's also like a spin-off of that who the Master Yang taught Marco Vessa, then made his own one. So they had a little falling out and made his own one. But yeah, Wu Xing Dao. That's what that one's called.
Oh.
So again, I can do the stuff to this amount. Like I'm not fucking pretending to be a kung fu master in any way whatsoever, but it helps because like all the conditioning is like seriously, it's fucking unbelievable.
No, but that's part of obviously the sport as well. You got to condition your hands, you got to condition your body for the contact, because it's not like you're gonna punch and not get hit at all. It's boxing.
But they've done it for footy players and stuff as well. They did like a footy team, and they were doing the body conditioning for footy, and so it's all that sort of stuff. So
all right.
Yeah, you've taken me way off on what I was going on.
It makes sense.
Talking the Kung Fu podcast.
What? Let's get back to Onyx.
Anyway, what happened?
Greg.
Okay, so we went off.
It's called a patio.
It's called a patio. We got back to the patio, but no. So obviously training up there now with Jay. I'll train 2-3 times a day as normal.
Yep.
But I'll do some mornings by myself, scheduled myself, and I'll go like 10K run. I'll do that maybe like a couple of times of the week, or I'll go do set stuff that Jay's told me to do. Yep. I've got to wear the MyZone, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
MyZone.
Best thing. If you ever know what a MyZone is, it's a little belt that goes around. You click your thing on, it gives you all the heart rate and stuff. And I'll tell you what, it holds you accountable for everything. So I don't have a trainer when I train at home, obviously, but that keeps you accountable. You look at it on your phone, you look at everything, it comes up, it goes yellow for like 80%, red for 90%, all this sort of stuff. And
it does keep you accountable, because I'll go for a run and then I'll look at myself, and then I know that Jay can see it, and he'll be like, go again.
Go again,
but that's the good thing about it. So then in the afternoons or night, we'll go up to Jay's, and it'll be us boys, me, Francis, Billy, and all that. We'll smash it out. And then just pretty much the same thing the next day over again. Like we've just been going up there now and then and stuff. But then we were also running a boxing class at the Coburn Youth Centre. as well. I was doing that as soon as the gym shut down. I was like, okay, I got to go there, and I started running a bit of a program there. We started getting guys down there, and then it was like, okay, it's getting not so busy now. We had like 15, 17 people from the gym, and then they all just started to drop off. So we're like, no, we won't worry about it now. So now I'm just training people out of the back of the house.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. Is that your house? Yeah,
just my place.
Yeah,
now,
cool.
So,
awesome.
but that's a good see. So there's been good parts out of COVID. There's been shit parts out of COVID.
Yeah, of course. No, of course.
So, but that's for everybody though.
It's how people adapt to it. Yeah,
it
exactly
is. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it's good. You know, like I'll wake up, I'll go for a run, I'll go do my things, and then I'll train people in a certain time frame, and then I'll go to Jay, come back, train people, do.
Yeah, nice. All right.
I went up and had a session with him.
Oh yeah,
at his house. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realised I was just as fat and out of breath no matter I was in the gym or someone's house.
Doesn't matter where you is.
Still a fat fucker.
Did you wear a hat? Did you have to wear a hat?
No, he didn't.
I got a
big
cover.
He's got a patio.
Oh,
Back to the patio.
it was a foot puff. Is that what it is?
Foot puffer.
We'll show you the foot puff outside.
Yeah, no, you have to show me because I'm intrigued with it.
He's got a new lounge. So you know the big thing that gets out the front. You put your feet on.
A football.
On the lounge.
Foot puff. Yeah.
I got
But
one.
we got. It's a big one.
Comes a rectangle.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, just keeping busy. Just we got turned down for 3 fights throughout the year as well because we were waiting to hear back or something. Because the last fight was about a year ago now in March.
Yep.
So the first fight we got offered was a potential fight in Mexico for the WBA. I think interim title or something like that, but it wasn't no world title or anything. It was like an Oceania or like an international or something like that. And then there was
sorry, sorry, I won't do that again.
Noise.
It was like a blow off valve, wasn't it?
But yeah, so we got off of that, and then we didn't. We 3-4 days went by, and it was like, oh no, we're not doing it now. I was like, oh, great, cool, because we had a bit of a set plan. It was all good, and then on like the 3rd, 4th day, Tony, our manager promoter, said no. I was like, oh, shit, okay. Then we got offered a potential fight with Bilal Dib in New South Wales, then
sorry, that's not the older one. That's
the younger one. The younger one. Yeah, so Bilal's the younger one. Then there's Billy, who's the who fought Tevin Farmer and everything like that. So
I didn't know there was 2.
Yeah, he's a younger fella.
Oh, is it?
There was like
terrible.
Dibs, like there's like 3 or 4 Dibs. So there's Billy, there's Bilal, and there's Yusuf.
Oh yeah, there is actually.
Yusuf, yes. Yusuf's a bit bigger.
Yeah, so Billy's a former 2-time world
champion, yeah.
IBO and IBF, I believe.
No, IBO and IBF, yeah. And then
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no.
It's because green and red.
Yeah, green and
red. That's why I remember him.
And Bilal's got he holds like a WBA or holds like a WBO, I think WBO or WBA or something like that. So we got offered the fight with him for the WBA Oceania title as well. And then there was something to do with no budget or no money, but I don't really know the go behind it, so that didn't happen. And we got offered that before COVID as well. So after my last fight in March, we got offered that like that same month for the next month after that. And then COVID hit and it was like, no, everything's gone now. Nothing's going on. And then the last fight after that we got offered was... I'm trying to remember.
The one you were just saying.
The one we were just saying.
Didn't other Action Jackson jump in as well? Wasn't there talk of him?
Yeah, that's the third one.
That's the last one.
That's the last one, So we got offered the fight. It wasn't just me that got offered the fight as well. It was actually 2 other people I know who got offered that same fight with Luke Jackson because he was smashing it out, training and everything like that, and they were looking for his next fight to come back. And from what I know, a guy I fought on my 3rd or 4th fight who lives in New South Wales as well, TC Priestley, we chat now and then. He's an awesome guy. But he got offered as well. But he actually messaged me asking me my opinion. He actually said, oh, look, I've been offered the fight. What's your take on approaching it and stuff? And I just said, oh, look, I haven't had much of a watch, to be fair, because I've been eyeing off other people in the boxing scene instead. But I pretty much had a bit of a watch, gave him a run through, and he goes, oh, okay, cool, thanks. I was thinking of this and this. We're just talking back and forth. And then it was funny because then the guy that I spar, TJ Dahoney, who's the former IBF world champion at Bantam or Super Bantam.
The Irish one?
Yeah, the Irish one. Yeah. So he's a former world champion in the IBF. And we spar all the time. He's over in Sydney at the moment, but we spar all the time
Yeah.
now. And I asked him, I said, we've been offered the Luke Jackson fight. How would you go on it? Because he sparred him years ago and sparred him and been around with him and stuff. And he actually said that he made me laugh because he said the day before, he goes, my manager rung me and offered the same fight as well.
Yeah, okay.
And he was like, why do I need to go backwards in my career? Not saying anything about Luke Jackson saying like it's going backwards, it's bad on him, but for someone who's a former world champion to go taking a step back for someone who's actually heavier than him and it's not where he should be going, he shouldn't be looking for.
That's great, yeah.
He kind of had a bit of a thing about it. He's like, well, no, because I sparred him and I was around with his camp a couple of years back, and we were getting working and sparring and everything like that. And for me to get offered the fight with him, it's a bit silly. I'm looking for stuff in Matchroom in like UK and everything like that.
Especially coming from a guy who's from the UK.
From the UK. And
why did he move over here?
Why? I think his family or his partner live here.
It's a better place.
It's a better place. Honestly,
get him on. We'll ask him.
Honestly, in saying that, like, I'm so glad being in Perth. Like, I'm really grateful being in Perth because if I was back in Sydney,
it's got shit, isn't it? Yeah.
I know for a fact I wouldn't be where I am now.
We don't know how lucky we are being here.
Well, with going on what you're saying about everyone's fucked. Just basically, I'm just stuck in my house or backyard or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's really mental issues. Like it's really brought everything up. I think, like in general, like, and I don't think it's hit the media as much as what it should.
No,
I think there's a lot of people suffering.
No,
it really is. Yeah,
100%. No, because even myself, like being there, and like obviously I spend every day with my partner. I absolutely love her. She's my best friend, but also
you still want to punch her in the face.
You can't help but have your little tiffs and have your arguments and everything like that. You know, and like even through that time, I think what really hit us hard in that time as well is when obviously we didn't plan our first pregnancy.
Yes.
But we obviously found out we were pregnant, and the first thing we did when
Gesundheit,
buddy, and the first thing we did on that note was freak the fuck out. Like we didn't know what to do, so we're both in tears. Like, what do we do? Still going. Anyway, 10.
Hold on a minute. There's people in the UK watching this going, this fucker's sniffling and sneezing.
We're meant to be COVID-free.
Okay, my apologies for stopping your story, but let's go. I sparred yesterday, right? And when I sparred yesterday, the first 2 rounds, I got hit in the nose a few too many times. Little bit of blood, all that sort of stuff, and it's basically given me a real congestion issue as of today. So I've woken up this morning, but we've got the aircon going backwards and forwards, all that sort of stuff. So my nose was blocked last night. I'm basically sleeping like that. So I'm getting the aircon in as well, and it's basically stuff up all my nose. So that's what's going on.
Congested,
not COVID. Yeah, carry on.
Congested. So from that, we obviously were expecting our first baby. We had our first 2-3 days of freaking out, like, fuck, what are we going to do? Because it wasn't planned. We're just, it was a COVID baby. That's what happens. You're at home, you're stuck. I'm training constantly, doing whatever. Buddy, we're hanging out, we're doing everything as well. And then, obviously, what else do you do when you're in quarantine?
Yeah. Like you said, we spent a lot of time together.
What's going to happen now? Spent a lot of time together, So, like, with that, obviously, the 2-3 days went by, got the call back from the doctor, like, okay, it's certain. Because when she just said one day, she goes, I reckon I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, because that night she was up, she didn't sleep all night. I was like, fuck, just stay still. Yeah. And then she just said, no, I reckon I am. I'm like, yeah, I'll go get a pissy test, whatever. Yeah. And 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Bang. And fucking she just burst out crying. I'm like, no.
Is that all it took you, 10 seconds?
10 seconds.
Is that how long it took you?
10 seconds of strong swimmers. It's mad.
That's true.
Strong swimmers. It happens straight away. But from that, obviously we freaked out, and then the days went by and I was set. I was like, you know what? I'm happy with this. I'm happy with where we're going, where we're heading and everything like that, because I don't see my life with anybody else at the moment, and at all, to be fair. Yeah. And I know that we support each other with everything. Like, I support her in her career, she supports me in mine, and I've honestly found my best friend. Like, she's the most amazing and best person I could ever meet.
Nice. And
I'm glad I found that early as well.
Yeah, of course.
And then we went through the time where we were excited, we were planning everything, we were getting everything sorted, and then she ended up having a miscarriage. And with the miscarriage as well, it was it wasn't just like, oh yeah, okay, she's had a miscarriage. Go to the hospital. They obviously do the thing.
Check.
Whatever the word is. I can't think of it. But they do the surgery and everything like that, and then that's it.
Yeah.
She was actually awake and she was actually present for everything because we were meant to actually take her. We took her to the hospital. They said, okay, come in tomorrow morning. If you start getting in pain tonight, come back to emergency tonight.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened. So we went back to emergency. We were in emergency for like two and a half hours, stuck there with all these random people. It was packed out. Yeah. And then
it's always good time in that.
It's always good time. And then she's sitting there. She's actually in that much pain. She starts regurgitating, like starts almost throwing up there and stuff. Like she needed some. She never takes painkillers, and she actually had to have some. And then another 2 hours actually once we got through emergency, and we're sitting in this random room, and they actually have a look. They check everything out. They're like, okay, you have to stay overnight. And they wouldn't let me be there with her because of COVID.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I had to go back to to my partner's mum's place, and I didn't sleep that whole night. I was just there just laying there. And then it got to about 4:30 and I didn't hear anything back from her. Yeah. Because she said she was meant to be going for a ultrasound or like a scan the next morning straight away. Yep. And didn't hear a thing, so I was like, oh fuck it, I'll go there now. Got there, walked straight in, and she was just I honestly just didn't even talk to anybody because they obviously have to tell them like, oh, I'm here for this and everything like that. I saw one counter. I walked in a giant circle trying to look for a room, and I just found it, and I just snuck myself in, and I was there the whole day. Where other people I've seen in other rooms, they actually had to get asked to leave because of COVID. So I stayed there the whole time. She was by herself. She had her own room with big doors, everything. So it was quite private and stuff. Yeah, so it was good. But then getting in there, she went for the ultrasound. I said, have you gone for it yet? She goes, no. Went for the ultrasound. I'm there, sitting there by myself in this random room. No bed there because they rolled around in the bed. Yeah, okay. And she comes back in the room. She's just bawling her eyes out. I said, "What's going on?" She goes, "They said it's stuck. Nothing's happening. They can't do anything." Oh. And she was having throughout the next. I think it was the whole day from when I got there at like 6 or 5:30 or 6 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. She was just up and down with, all right, I'm gonna sleep for a little bit, and then just in a ball, excruciating pain, and just could not handle herself. Like she had to have people come in, and it was a crazy experience on herself. And then even when they did it in the room, and she was awake and everything, and I'm like, I was fucking still blown away. I was myself being obviously as your partner, you got to be strong for it. Yeah. But even just that sense, it's like, okay, that's my kid. Yeah, that's not fully developed or anything like that. It's been a miscarriage. It's not alive, but they're pretty much taking it, putting it in a tube, and just fucking off. And then, but to see her in the amount of pain she was, like honestly, she could have broken my hand. Yeah. Like as hard as she was squeezing it, like but she honestly was in so much pain. Seeing someone in that much pain, it really opened my eyes to like, fuck, this is full on. Yeah. And once they actually got the baby out, did everything like that, then it was after that everything just went like no pain whatsoever. Okay. Like she was honestly, she couldn't eat the whole day the night before, and then she was nothing, like completely pain relief and everything. And then not even half an hour later they said, okay, you can go home now. So we went home, and then we just had to, to me it still feels like a long time. Yep. And to us it would feel a long time because obviously being traumatic how it was, but to anyone else it's just like, okay, day and night, done. Cool. But it actually, to be fair, it actually hit it hit her so hard. And then even myself, like I know, every man, I want to be tough, like don't worry about it and stuff. And actually I wasn't not in the best place myself. Of course. Because obviously being together every single day in that COVID, and we spend every day together anyways, but also being excited and happy for that experience and that journey ahead. Yep. I was just like, I'm set, I'm good, I'm ready. And then for that to just come, it was like it just fell apart. I was like, fuck. But also from your point of view, not being able to fucking help. No, not being able to, I can't do anything. I felt so helpless. Yeah, like, what can I do to help? And then from that, we just had to take every day as it was. And, not to sound like a bit of a, little bitchy bitch, but fucking I sat there and with points, and I just didn't want to be around anybody. I just sat there and had my cry, bloody everything. I was like, what do we do now? And the first thing we actually said to each other was like, we'll try again. Because that's what we're set on. We're like, we'll try again. Yeah. And then you know what? We fucking did it again. Excellent. And it's a little boy. Lovely. Oh, is it? Yeah. Excellent. So we tried again. Time went by, everything like that. And then it was funny because her mum moved houses. So we went there for a bit while we were looking for a house. And it was a week out from us moving, a week or two from us moving into our new house, with the one that you come to. And she put a note on the cat, on our little kitten.
Right.
And she goes, "Oh, the cat's got a message for you," and stuff. I'm like, why is this in a harness? And when you put a harness on a cat, they just lay there.
Yeah, right.
They don't do anything.
Nothing.
They're freaking out. So I picked the cat up, opened the thing up, and said, "Oh, I'm going to be a big sister." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Oh, involving the cat, big sister." And I lost my mind. I was so excited, and I told my family, told everybody. Yeah. But we left a little bit as well, because just in case, because in that first trimester, anything,
of course, dude. Yeah, 100%.
So I think that's our first problem. Obviously, we didn't know, and a lot of first pregnancies, miscarriage is very common.
Yeah.
But I think it just hit us quite hard. So that was probably the hardest or the shittest part of COVID for myself.
Yeah.
And then now it's just going up again.
Nice. Well done, dude.
Well done.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Well done to her, but
well done to her. Yeah,
well done to you too.
Oh, she's an absolute champion. Like, I know from herself, like coming from the UK and like she's just such a strong-willed person. Like she just very strong in herself, very determined. She knows what she wants. She works really hard with her uni stuff. She's now pretty much finished her third year of uni, been nursing. Now she starts 1st of Feb of actually her job now.
Oh, cool.
She got a job straight away.
Excellent.
They're not short of work now.
As soon as she starts, she's going to fucking take time off.
Yeah, as soon as she starts. Well, that's what she rung them actually, and she said, "Oh, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
So can I go on for a certain extent until I need to,
of course,
conceive, and until I need to give birth?" And the lady was like, "Okay, we haven't had this phone call. I'm at the Christmas party with all the other nurses. Yeah. We haven't had this phone call. Just come, tell us last minute."
Yeah, okay,
pretend
nice.
like it never happened. So she's still going to go, and then once she starts getting bigger and bigger, then she'll have to say, "Okay, well,
guess what?"
Or they listen to this.
But from that, but even on that note as well, like she asked a few other people, like, "Oh, should I just," because it's a grad program, because as soon as she finishes nursing, you need to go get your grad programs, everything like that. It helps you kind of put your foot in, and she wants to be a mental health nurse.
Oh, cool.
And it's at a mental health hospital in Bentley as well. So she got exactly what she wanted, which is perfect.
Excellent.
But from that, she was stressing out. She's like, "Okay, but me being pregnant, they might not let me do it." Yeah, and it's like a year they got to do it for, and they pay you for it as well.
Okay.
And she was stressing out. She was like, "No, they might not let me do it." And actually, one of her uni friends said, "No, they can't, because it's discrimination. Because of her being pregnant, they go, they're stopping her from something that she's earned or something that she's worked towards just because of her being pregnant. Yep. Like, they can't do that." Yeah. So if that was ever the case, then she can say that. No,
obviously, there's a time where it's not safe for everyone, but other than that, it's good.
Exactly right. Yeah. So that's pretty much with her. It's all sorted and stuff. But yeah, when we had the gender reveal, I was like, in my gut, I knew it was a boy.
Yeah, nice.
She'll pull me up. She'll say that it was her idea. It was a boy.
Yeah, of course.
It's my
of course, it is. It's actually. It's up to the male, isn't it? Mm-hmm. What it is. It's up to the male.
What gender it is.
Not your choice, obviously, just in terms of how it happens. It is. It's up to the male what it turns out to be.
Well, I think the child should have the choice itself.
Fuck. Stop it. No, that's why I think it's funny when back in the day when all like the kings and shit used to behead the women for giving them girls. Yeah. It's fucking his fault.
Well, see, that's fucking mental though. Like you think about back then, it's a girl. Yeah. Fuck it off. Like that's nuts. Yeah. But now, like you look at other things, like even like you hear
these are the same people that made religion.
I know it's no, I know, but that's
a new conversation as well.
That's another conversation as well. But that's the thing. Like there's so many underlying things behind it. Like I said about religion, about that. There's all these little things that entwine with each other, but there's all facts and stuff behind it as well. Like it's nuts. It's crazy.
So you're gonna have to get engaged and married and all that.
Oh, bloody can't wait. Trust me.
Yeah, you got to do that.
I
did the same. Like, how old are you now?
23.
The fucking concentration on your face. See, I was 19 when I got married, and the little one was born as well. Yeah. Until 19, so basically conceived at 18-ish, like depending on the months. And we got married. Like she was 8.5 months pregnant when we got married. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, being a Filipino family, all that sort of stuff, she had to be married before she had the kid. I'm like, fuck, dude, you're 8 months pregnant. It doesn't make a difference. I think everyone knows, you know what I mean? But yeah. So I don't know if you want to get married, you're going to get married prior? Or
well, I got my own little plan and idea what I want behind it, or what I'm going to be, what I want to do, because we had our plan prior. Like we're like, no, we'll wait, get married first, have babies, everything like that.
Yeah.
COVID hit.
Yeah.
COVID baby. Still COVID. Another COVID baby. So looking at that, it's like, well,
is that going to be its nickname?
No. COVID. Hey, COVID.
Gabby.
19. COVID 19.
Action COVID baby.
Action COVID.
Have you come up with names?
Yes, but I'm not allowed to say.
Aha. You're still under the thumb, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
He's got as much say over the name as he thinks he's got over that wedding.
100%.
Fucking nothing.
There's no say. There's no say.
That's all right.
The boss says she's at home. Hello.
Well, yeah. Hi.
Hi.
One thing that definitely changed me and it should change everyone is having a kid.
Yeah.
It really does.
Oh, it does, yeah. Well, even like looking at all the people that I've met who have had kids early, like, you know, even yourself just saying the same thing, they've all said the same thing as well.
Yeah,
Once you have a kid, even however old you are, it does change your whole perspective on life.
It shifts everything, man. Yeah,
and everything, you know. But I think that's the thing with me and her is that even though it didn't go to plan how we first planned it out, now this is our brand new plan. And even with the whole marriage situation stuff, like if I could and we could get it sorted tomorrow, I'd bloody marry her tomorrow. I'd have no doubt about that. Yeah. But in saying that, I think us expecting the baby first, I think that's a good way to do it because I know her. Yeah.
She'll want to be right when she walks down the aisle, mate.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So,
but
are her family over here? All of her family?
Not all of her family. So her dad and I think her sister and her brother and all that, they're still in the UK.
Yep.
And the only people that are over here is her mum and her mum's side of the family, so like her auntie and uncle.
Yeah, okay.
That I think, her mum's sister and all that, they all come over here. So when her mum was still in the UK with her, she come over here first because her and her dad split up. Yeah. And she was living with her sister because her sister was already over here. She lives actually not too far around the corner from me. She actually lives in Rocco. Yep. So they were over here first. She started living here, and then she stayed in the UK till she was about 18.
Yeah, all right.
And then she's only been here for like 2.5, almost 3 years now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, because me and Mel's were on about this wedding side of things, but it's so hard because my family are all in the UK.
Yeah.
So
start saving now.
So they can't get here, and they're not likely to be able to get here. Like my old man's 84 years of age.
Especially at
what's the chances of him going to be quarantining? Yeah. And he's supposed to be getting this vaccine, so if he survives that, he's got to survive the flight over, survive the quarantine, survive the wedding, survive the flight back, survive the quarantine again.
You could do a virtual.
I could do. Listen, this is where I could put a business proposition out now. I could say, right, see how good this stream is today. I fixed it. Yeah. I can stream your weddings for you back to the UK.
Why not?
But,
there you go. One camera only.
One camera only.
We're going to have to compact this wedding right in.
Just stand still, please.
Just one individual person walking around everywhere.
That's right. Yeah.
One person in front of one shelf.
That's right.
And,
yeah.
I should go online and get the little. What do they call it when you can get your little.
Elf on the shelf.
Oh yeah.
No.
When you can go online and you can get a knoll. Is that the word?
Knoll.
So
a knoll is when
you
it's
can actually
broken off.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's
so if
the
you
word?
were to get married, then
what's the word?
Joey
Tribbiani did, didn't he? In Friends, and he married bloody.
I don't watch Friends.
Yeah, you can go online and you can get your license to marry people. Basically,
fucking young bastard.
You can get your license to marry you. Anyone can do it.
Okay,
you can just do it online.
Okay.
Okay.
An old isn't fucking.
It's not an old. No, is when you get married and you say, "I don't want to do that anymore." Ordained. That's the word.
See, look, I'm trying to figure out. I'm just letting you guys roll off names because I'm just pretending like I know. Like, that's it. Yeah, no, I don't.
I'll just sit here with my tan.
and my hair.
Yeah.
Fucking.
You've got hair, dude. Hold on to it.
You're probably one of the hairiest blokes we've had on the podcast.
It's fucking. It's a bit long though, isn't it?
It's fucking long. You know what I call this? I call it my dad haircut now.
Oh,
dad haircut. It's just.
As long as you don't start wearing dad shoes, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Elvis, it got the Elvis Presley going.
Nice.
Need to shave my face.
The zhuzh.
The zhuzh.
When you zhuzh it, remember?
Bloody. The Rick Astley.
Yes.
Honestly,
yes.
I was on my way down here. That's a funny story and a half. I was on my way down here, Rick Astley.
Yep.
But he, what's the other song I was listening to? I've been jamming it the last couple of days as well. It's She's a Maniac.
Oh shit.
Real
I do think of you when the old shit comes on.
It's
I do.
It's just my thing.
It is. I know. No, I've noticed that. It's like your the reincarnation. That's what that was your era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we stayed at bloody when was it? We stayed at a hotel. Her mum got us a Christmas present to stay at the DoubleTree in Hilton on Elizabeth Quay, and they were playing all like Frank Sinatra and everything while we're sitting by the pool.
Yeah.
I'm singing songs, sitting there by myself, whatever, and she's looking at me like I'm fucking crazy.
You're a weirdo, yeah. That's right,
I'm singing all these songs. She's like, "How do you know these songs?"
But you don't know Friends.
No, I know Friends.
Come on.
You never got into that, Rod?
No.
Was that the generation that missed Friends? Surely that didn't happen. It's still
going now.
It's still going now. Yeah, it's constantly on. But no, I wasn't a big fan of Friends.
Shit.
What about Seinfeld?
I didn't mind Seinfeld. I thought that was pretty funny, but it's not a to go to. I will say I'm still a kid in my sense because I've got stupid humor.
Yeah.
Humor.
My son says that.
I'm ever since I was young, I've been a to die for fan for like those really pissy comedies like Family Guy, South Park, all them like fucking rule. Especially like me and my missus will go to sleep every night, and I'm not allowed to fall asleep first because I've got to put on my phone. It's this close to my face of South Park every night, and she watched 2 episodes. She's asleep. All right, I can go to sleep now.
Oh,
every night.
He's proper under the thumb, this kid.
Hey, honestly, you think he's got to say about a wedding? He's got to say what he watches.
Hey, fucking.
Did she tell you what to wear?
No, not today. You go from your mum and then you go to your partner.
Hey,
it goes.
Talking about fun things to watch, have you heard of Love, Death, Robots?
Fucking what?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it though.
Right, that thing will blow your mind. The imagination of the people that come up with this shit. It's on. I think it's on YouTube.
What is it?
Well, it's.
I think there's actually I saw another thing on the internet about the realistics of those robots they're potentially going to put in in the army and stuff. Those like robots that they're standing up and stuff. They had an episode in Black Mirror where it was one of those one of the dog robots.
They had heaps of shit
on that. Had a gun on it, and it went
yeah.
nuts and started shooting everybody up.
Yeah.
And like going everything.
They
like
had
that.
a whole heap of shit on Black Mirror, like obviously different episodes, but different episodes were like there was one where it was all about likes.
Yeah.
So if you were a taxi driver and you did like what you do with Uber, right? And you've got to give them a rating.
Yeah.
Everything you do had a rating. So you spoke to someone. If it wasn't a good conversation, you give them a 1 out of 10. Or you give them a 3 out of 10. And only the people that had I don't know what the fucking number is, but just say they have 20,000 credits, they can only hang around each other. The ones that have 10,000 credits hang around each other.
Yeah,
and that was the hierarchy by how many likes you got. So basically how fake you were was you were the higher person. Like, so the Kim Kardashians were the shit because they're all fake.
What you're saying...
That's what Donato, when we were in Thailand the first time, Donato was saying to me that he found out when he went on a holiday. I think we went on the second trip to Thailand, and Donato went with friends prior to that to Phuket as well. Yeah. Said that like the poverty, like the real not so rich, poor.
That's the word. It's a good word. It's a good word.
Good word. Yeah. It took me a while to get there. I was broke for half. But so obviously the poorer, the poorer people in Thailand, they're darker. Obviously, because they've been out in the sun, they're working hard.
Same with Philippines, man.
Yeah, same with the Philippines as well. But then the lighter your skin is, and they bleach their skin and everything, the lighter the skin is, the more wealthy you are.
That's correct.
And when we went to the big shopping centre, remember the big shopping centre we went to on the first, when we were in Phuket?
Yep.
A lot of the people that were working in the shops were quite light. People at the airport who were working on the planes, quite light.
Yeah.
But when
the ones working downstairs with the baggage, dark ones.
Dark ones.
Fucking weird is that?
That's it.
It's nuts.
No. The black people want to be whiter and white people want to be darker.
I went to the Philippines, right? And because my missus is Filipino. So I've been there twice. First was like a big family reunion bullshit. The second time was a Bucks week with her brother. Anyway, it was every second or third ad that was on TV was a skin lightening cream.
Yeah, skin lightening cream. Yeah, you put.
I'm talking every second or third ad was a skin lightening cream. That's how like predominant it is. So that's where you got all the especially Philippines. I know Philippines. That's what I'll say. But like Guerrero and all these Spanish names, they're all got the higher thing because they're lighter. So that more Chinese or more Spanish and more something like that.
Higher in status, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you're darker, people don't give a shit.
They're racist to each other.
Do not care. Not hard. Hard. They thought my missus at the time, she was suntanning. They thought she was the weirdest person ever. Why would you want to get darker? I'm like, you get 10. You get 10.
You get 10. Yeah.
I loved that. I thought it was great. But they thought she was the weirdest person ever because she was tanning.
That's really weird.
But back to that saying that every second ad was to make it lighter.
Yeah.
On the second trip when it was just me and Donato on our way back at the airport, honestly, every second ad was someone rubbing on to make themselves whiter. And I said to Donato, I said, fuck, you're right. And he goes, honestly.
It's not just it. It's like
he's fucked.
Kicking him as he goes past and throwing rice at him. Even like Beyonce and stuff, she's whitening up over the years.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's like, why?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I don't. There's.
Are you proud of your roots?
I'm not going to get myself in trouble by saying the wrong thing. But there's different levels of black and dark and this and that. And I like darker exotic women no matter how. And coming from being the whitest fucker you ever think, like it's hard for me to tan as it is. So like, I fully respect all the boys that I grew up with, all the lebos and all that sort of stuff. That beautiful olive skin and can tan up awesome. I'm like, fuck you bastards. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it. I had to wear a shirt or a hat and fucking something because So I love the fact that if you can tan up like you can, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Where's that time from action?
And they're all fucking, they're all opposite. I suppose it's the same as like curly and straight hair. You got straight hair, you always want to curly it.
Yeah.
You got curly hair, you always want to straighten it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
we just be fucking grateful, wouldn't we?
Just not fucking happy with what you got. That's right. Just be happy you got fucking hair in your head, you bastards. Yeah.
I feel left out in the room. Yeah. I feel left out. I'd bloody go bald. Next time you see me, I'll shave my head.
Don't do it, mate.
You still have a tan, but so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. But all this will be white.
Yeah, you'd have a white skull cap.
Yeah.
I love it when people do that, eh? They're full like shave off a while. It's white as fuck.
Pure white.
It's part of your sunnies.
So what's your record now?
12-1.
I love how you have to think about shit.
I do.
It's
I've got to think
it's
about it.
It's like a mad. 12-1.
I think from what
now the one loss was against that MMA dude that was just fucking weird.
So even on that point, this next fight in Feb in Thunderdome, it could be a possible rematch.
That was my next question. Yeah, all right.
So we obviously after that fight, we come and spoke to you, me and Jay after that fight about that and everything like that. And I looking at that from the perspective, even like how he said after the fight, this is the only way I could have survived. This is the only way I could have done this in this sense with Jackson and not get hurt.
Yes.
And even looking back on that fight, because I watched that fight 10 times that same night.
Yeah.
Because in myself, I was like, they let him get away with so much.
Yes.
Why?
For a boxing fight.
For a boxing fight, so much. And I just couldn't, I was so baffled on the fact that they let him get away with so much. Then, on that sense, giving him the win as well.
Yeah.
And then seeing the scorecards on the Monday the next day, I visibly could see rub-outs and other scores put in. So I'm like, well, what's going on? Then actually tallying up the whole scorecards anyways, I still won.
Yeah.
But he won. So, but even on that sense...
Whoa.
Yeah, it's sus. Like,
say that again.
You
tallied up the scores.
We'll take it back to the first part. He fought a guy who was an MMA fight. You expect a boxing fight. He knew that he was outmatched something shocking against Jackson because he keeps him fight. but box, you know what I mean? And he basically mauled him and wrestled and footballed him and all this sort of stuff.
Did all these things. Yeah.
So he couldn't box.
Yeah.
And they gave him the decision in the end because Jackson couldn't actually box. And he was sort of under the pump and this and that because the guy was doing everything he could in his own mind, obviously.
To completely smother everything, even the punches he threw, even at certain points. Because I went back not too long ago as well and had a rewatch because we were told that we could get the final rematch. Because even watching it that night, I was like, I want to get it back.
Yep.
I want to get it back. I want to get it back. I want to get it back. So I was in the gym that Monday working on things straight away to counteract that or to bring it back or to do the same thing back and everything like that. And I look at that fight as well as not so much a loss because to me it wasn't a loss. It's more of that learning experience sort of thing.
100%. Yep.
And looking at that, I look at my progression now compared to back then. Like I knew I could fight back then. But looking at what I do now, he's one person who's really showed me heaps as well is TJ.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
TJ showing me the stuff.
He'd be perfect prep for it.
TJ is perfect prep for it because looking at the way TJ does things, he boxes great on the outside, but inside he does all these tricks,
He gets messy and grimy.
He grabs in certain ways, hits, does, but in a tidier manner where obviously Lockett who fought, there was, looking back a couple of weeks ago when I watched it, he ran at me with his hands down with his head.
The head,
And the first thing I did was either check hook off, but even if I check hook off, he'd hold my waist and go with me. And then even if he's pushing his head up on me or under my neck, he was digging with his head and using his forearm to pull my head down, hold me there and try and hit me as well. So he's doing so many things that someone as a ref or I looking at that as well, I put my faith too much in the judges and the ref to call him up on his stuff. But I do see it in the way that was his plan and that was he knew to himself that he could get away with it.
Yeah.
And whether there's...
the ref didn't pull him up, so why stop?
Why stop, yeah. Well, the ref didn't say anything until the 6th round, and we were saying from the 2nd round onwards, hey, he's headbutting. Because you could visibly see, even with his knee, he put his knee on the opposite side of mine and he was buckling my knee to try and make me lose balance to fall over, as well as deliberately headbutting and doing all this stuff. Give it to him, that's his plan. And he executed it well.
But yes, 100%. It wasn't a boxing fight.
No,
but because the ref didn't pull it up, I'd keep fucking doing it too.
Yeah, I was just going to say
right.
His intention,
you can't knock the guy.
No, can't knock the guy.
His intention there was coach would have said, "Do this, do that, until we get pulled up."
That's right. Yeah,
exactly
right.
We're
not getting pulled up. Keep going.
Even from that, the 4th round happened, and the ref come over to him and said, "Hey, listen, you keep headbutting." You could hear it on the live stream and everything. Yeah. Keep headbutting, keep doing what you're doing. I'll take a point of you.
Yeah, I was ringside.
Yeah. 2 rounds went by, still doing the same thing. And then even me, he didn't actually land any significant shots through the whole fight. No. Every punch I did throw, it either got smothered or I landed it flush. Yep. And he was cut on the nose and cut on both eyes because every shot I landed, it hurt.
Good shots, yeah.
Good shots. They were flush shots. But as soon as I'd hit him, bang, straight away to the head. Get out of trouble. I'm going to smother. I'm going to use my face. I'm going to use everything I did. And it worked well to his thing. And it wasn't until the 6th round where he actually took a point off him. And I stood there. All right, cool. He's going to fight me. Yeah. He's going to fight me now.
Exactly the same.
And he actually ran at me with his head again. Yeah. He just pulled him up. And he even kicked Chico out of the corner. Because Chico was piping up and saying he keeps headbutting. He keeps elbowing. Keeps doing this. Keeps doing that. And the ref chucked him out of the corner. Yeah. And... looking at that fight, anyways, like even though that is a blemish on the record, it hasn't stopped me from getting further in my career where he's stayed where he is. Yep. Because him being an MMA fighter to start with, obviously he'd be focusing more on that than he would be boxing. Yeah. But even though from that he has done well in the boxing, and then even with myself, he did get the better of me at that point because he didn't fight me. Yeah. He mauled me. He did everything he could to survive and get by. Where it's either if we get the rematch, which I was hoping for straight away, but it's been longer now, and if we get it for this one, especially for a prestigious belt as well, I'm so excited for it. I do want to get it back because I know that my progression and the way I've evolved as a fighter now, I know how to do the same thing back or get or in a sense disarm that sort of stuff there and then, and I know how confident I am in that sort of sense now.
Exactly what I was about to say. Now, exactly what we just said, where he was getting away with it and the ref didn't pull shit up. Yeah. You do your own shit.
Dude, yeah.
There's no harm in doing your own shit until the ref pulls you up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's right. Yeah. It's not your fault.
No, it's not. Not at the end
that's what the ref's for.
No, but that's what the ref's for. Exactly right. And me putting my faith too much in the judges and the refs for that first fight. Yeah. And then it was it was anger after that, and then on that Monday I was like, nah, let's get it back. I want that rematch, want that rematch, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then if we get it happening this time, I know that he's either got two options. He's either going to stand there and fight, or which he won't.
He's going to do the same.
Or he's going to do the same thing again. Right. Which I know that from there and then the way I've evolved as a fighter, and then sparring the people like the clientele I've sparred with, and the fights I've had with better guys as well.
Yep.
I know that I've just come up to a different level now.
I know Francis is a lefty, but basically you get TJ and Francis.
Yeah, 100%.
Away you go.
And away
That's perfect prep right there. You know
perfect, it is. Yeah. And even myself, like with the progression of fights that I've had, like with the quality opposition and people in front of me, that's made me lift even further as well.
Yeah, excellent.
And getting that fight, all respect to Richard and everything as well. Like he's a nice guy. We spoke afterwards, everything like that. But even getting that fight back would be good to get that get that win back, and then for a prestigious belt. And it'd be good for everyone else to see, because I remember people watching that fight and his plan ahead. People were booing. People were so bored with the fight. Yeah. And even me being in there.
Shit was getting thrown in the ring.
It was.
We know who did that.
Yeah, we know. We're not going to name names, but we know. But from that as well, like I'm quite excited for it, because if it goes ahead and it happens, I'm grateful enough for the opportunity, especially if it's for a prestigious belt as well, but also to just get the opportunity to get that win back.
Of course, man. Yeah.
And to get that fight on.
What are you doing, Greg?
What are you doing?
Oh, fucking hell. The professionalism is through the roof.
It's not it's you. There's comments and I can't access them on the computer.
Okay. Oh. So when is that? February?
That's the 26th of Feb.
26th of Feb on the Dragonfire.
Yeah, at Metro City in Thunderdome. I'm not too sure if it's like a full set thing. From what we know, it's set. Like it's on Box Rec. It's there.
Okay.
But until we know.
So at this point,
at this point we know. But yeah, so from what we know, what we know, it's set, and it's with Richard Lockett and stuff, and then it'd be good. It'd be a great fight to have, and hopefully get some good people down there to come watch.
I believe Matt, who was on here last time.
Oh yeah, Matt. Yeah.
It will be on that show also, because he's also hooked up with Ange and
cool,
and
yeah.
Hyder. Hyder and Tony Tolge and stuff.
Yeah.
So I believe he's on that show, and that will be his pro debut.
Yeah,
so,
because
nice.
He had the fight in, where was it, Queensland?
It was supposed to be his pro debut.
That was supposed to be his,
and then last moment they've made it a corporate fight.
Yeah, but why'd they do that? That's nuts.
That's fucking weird. It was really weird.
That's really weird, yeah.
He was belting the shit out of the dude.
Yeah.
And again, the referee didn't pull it up. Now, the moment I saw the footage come up, it was on Instagram Live.
Okay.
And I went, what the fuck's that ref? It was just some random young kid in normal clothes. I'm like, what the fuck's that ref?
Yeah.
So when he said it was corporate, I'm like, good. Because the ref didn't pull shit up, didn't call him, didn't do it. Like, Matt sat there and went like 8 hits to the head with the left hit and didn't pull him up, didn't give him a count, didn't do a thing. I'm like, okay, right out. And they called it a draw. I'm like, what the fuck happened there? So because it was that guy's, he had a lot to do with it, all that sort of stuff. They've called it a draw because it's corporate, but no one gives a shit. So
well, see, that's a shame. Going
he was upset about that.
Yeah, no, going over there for like, a professional fight, that's your first pro fight, and then turns to a corporate thing. It does.
Dude, he fucking lost 11 kilos in a week for it as well.
Wow.
So so
that's a lot. Wow.
I believe he's on the same show. So
good. Yeah, that'd be good.
26th.
Yeah, 26th of Feb. Yeah.
Of Feb. Yeah.
Cool.
Is that the card you're on? 26th of Feb.
You just said that.
That's the card you're on as well. But that's the one you're going to fight Lockett.
What the fuck's this guy?
Yes.
Shut up. I'm retiring.
I asked Jackson when his next fight is, and he told me, and I said, well, I believe that's also the fight that Matt's on.
Yeah.
So,
I remember you saying that.
So when's your next fight, Jackson?
So do you box, do you?
No.
Nice.
I'm a gardener.
I must say, I feel left out because you've both got Onyx shirts on.
I know, shit.
Jay paid us to do it.
Team Body Fit, boys and girls. Team Body Fit.
Team Body Fit.
But yeah. Fucking hell. All right. So to finish off, because I think we're 53. That's pretty good. Pretty good. So we'll sort of start rounding it down.
Okay.
How far along is your missus at the moment with the little one?
4 months, which is 16, 17
I just like seeing you fucking help do
that. You just want me to try and count.
She's starting to show and everything yet?
No, so she's stressing out herself. I don't think she'll show until 6 months because she's not a very big frame anyways.
Yep.
She's got a bloody awesome figure on her.
Yep.
But I think she's stressing herself out because she's like, oh, well, I'm losing weight and I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And her iron's really low as well. Like she's got really low iron. So she's not really able to do much. She'll be up, we'll go for a walk, and she'll go home, she'll crash out for 3 hours.
Nice.
She's just like levels all over the place.
Get the tabs in, yeah? Tablets?
Yeah.
Iron tablets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, no, she was, but then they were making her quite lethargic and stuff, so she had to stop them. So she's going to go try and get an iron infusion. Cause spinach. Yeah. Heaps of spinach. But from that, she actually is showing a little bit, but not from the front or anything like that. You can't really see. She's
got a front bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Front bum. But you can't really tell. So she gets stressed out. She's like, I just want to have one. Yeah. I said, wait till Feb. Like at least Feb, middle of Feb. I reckon she'll be showing something, but not so much now.
I didn't see it, but my current missus, she, from behind, you couldn't tell she was pregnant.
From behind?
She turned around like, oh, what happened? So she went to the beach once and she dug a hole, right? And then she put the baby bump in the hole and was turning. Some guy goes, oh, how you doing, Rara? No, sexy, Rara. He turns around, she goes, oh! She loved it. She really scared the fuck out of her. Where the mother of my 3 children, she put on 30 kilos each child.
Wow.
Boom. Yeah, she moved out. So,
well, see, that's what she keeps looking at the tips and looking at different things, and they say like, oh, this is where she'll start to gain weight, and she's stressing herself out. Yeah. I said, don't worry about it. You're growing a human inside you. It's normal for that. And she's a workhorse anyways. Like as soon as the baby's born, she'll be walking 10Ks and doing this, doing that. And even with that, she's like, oh, I haven't been putting on weight, I haven't been doing this, but because she's not a very big figure, I don't think she really will put on
probably
weight
not.
Anyway.
No, that's right. Yeah, but and she seems very conscious about it all anyway. So she'll keep trim.
She trains as well and does everything like that. She hasn't been able to for ages now because of her low iron. She's just been too tired and stuff. But once she gets the iron infusion, she'll be like bang.
Morning sickness. Has she had all the vomiting and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you'll get off on this.
Fuck.
You'll get off on this. You'll think it's funny because I think it's fucking hilarious. So
you're gonna get yourself in trouble, aren't you?
No, because I was already in trouble on the day. Oh, okay. So what happened was she was feeling a bit lethargic, she's feeling a bit like clogged up, stuck, sick, and everything like that. And then she'd have like the morning sickness, and then it'll be like morning sickness happens in the afternoon. It can happen anytime. Yeah. So it was like middle of the day, and she hadn't thrown up or anything yet, but she felt really sick. And then she's in the kitchen and she's drinking this water or this thing. And then she just launches up out of the couch and goes to this bowl that we make like food in and just, and I'm in one of the spare rooms and I actually peep around the corner and I'm watching her just throwing up and she's crying and everything and I feel bad, but I didn't know what to do.
Obviously felt real bad,
Yeah, no, but I didn't know, but I didn't know what to do. So I walked over, I was closer in the kitchen, I was standing there and she just looks up, tears and crying, and she just sees this big grin on my face, and I'm just sitting there like,
there you
go. I didn't know what to do. I was frozen. And she's like, don't sit there and laugh at me, and I just pissed myself. And she's throwing up, and I was like, oh, what can I do? But I can't. I can't do anything.
Exactly.
So she's there throwing up in this round plastic bowl, and I'm just there with the cheesiest grin, like, what do I do?
Good man.
I copped it after that.
I remember the only time that I made fun of my missus, my ex-missus, when she was pregnant, and it was the first one, I was very supportive. I liked the fact she was bigger and all that sort of stuff. I thought it was cute, and I actually liked the pregnancy side of things.
Yeah.
And she was, as I said, she was about eight and a half months pregnant. I believe it might have been just after we were married, all that sort of stuff. And I heard a helicopter, and I went, oh, they're coming to take you back to SeaWorld. I thought, fuck it, I got to say it once, you know what I mean? So that was my one and only joke the entire time, yeah.
You know what makes me laugh about that? I'll mention about Mum. When Mum was pregnant with I think it was my sister, and Dad she was like, 8 months pregnant and everything. Dad was getting her running like sprints and everything. Right. Like he was fucking nuts. But even on that, what's that Ford? Is it the Ford with the drop tank? What are they called?
Tirana.
Yeah.
SLR Tirana.
Yeah, he used to call her, you look like SLR with a drop tank. Because the car's good, but you got this big thing at the front. Yeah, and she used to piss herself every time.
SLR 5000.
That's a good car.
Do you know those?
Good car.
You fucking poppy.
That's all right.
How do you not know an SLR 5000?
I don't give a shit about cars.
Tirana. No,
I'm not saying all these weird words.
I'm not big on cars either, but I know what that is only because I've heard of it.
The two types of Tirana, you got this square one this is layman's terms, something fucking shocking. But you got the square one, and when that's got all the
what's it called?
Tirana, T-A-R-A, Tirana. I forgot where I was at.
T-R-A-N-A.
Yes. Now the SLR 5000 is like the HSV version. You know what I mean? It's the big thing. So it's got all the kit and the flared fist and all that sort of stuff, and it's got the big drop petrol tank in the back. The other one, the other Tirana is the round one, and that's the XU1. The round one.
The round one.
XU1. I like the XU1 better. But when the thing he's talking about now is having the pregnancy and the drop tank. So at the back of it, the big drop tank and the petrol tanks at the back.
Oh, is that what I can see there? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what his dad was talking about. His missus, his mum. Because it was his missus, but his mum. Yeah.
See, whenever you have to explain a joke, it's not funny.
It's fucking shit.
Just left me the fuck out of it.
No, but at least now I've educated you on an SLR 5000. I'm happy.
Now you know what it is.
Put in XU1 Tirana.
XU1.
XU1. Because that's the ones
Y-O-U.
They're the ones I like. Fuck, what?
XU.
That's Tirana, but that's round.
Fucking hell, that's old, isn't it? Oh, back in the 60s, that was.
Tirana, man. Tirana. 70s, yeah? 70s?
70s. 72.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jesus. That one would be all right for you. Let him go with your pig trainers.
Well, they, as GTR, XU1 GTR, right? So what I wanted to do, when people say, what's your favourite car? I wanted to have an XU1 GTR Tirana, but put a Skyline GTR engine in it. Oh, yeah. GTR meets GTR. New meets old.
Dude.
You know what I mean? But people like tub them out something shocking, and they're This is just
see now when
Australian fucking history right here.
History lesson, is it?
You know what I'm saying?
Let's have a look. Holy shit!
Do you know what a Kingswood is?
98 grand.
Yeah, they're expensive as fucking hell. No, really, they're shocking.
Hellfire.
That's what makes me upset when I sold my Mazda 1300 wagon. I bought it and sold it for $2.5 grand.
Yeah.
They're about 60, 70 grand now. I'm fucking so upset, eh?
Is one feeler? You can have that one.
That's nice.
$1,234.
It looks it.
Oh, yeah, great.
It looks it.
It looks authentic.
That's one way of putting it, yeah.
Where?
Authentic. The rust bucket.
It
looks authentic.
Authentic. I was about to say something
That's
else.
a lovely word.
Yeah.
But honestly, they're expensive as hell, yeah.
Buff's had a couple, hasn't he?
He would have had more of the Fords. He's more of a Ford man, so he's had like the GTs and that sort of stuff.
Fix or repair daily.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Same shit, but like, he's got the Fords. These are the Holdens.
That thing has seen some shit in his life, hasn't it?
Well and truly, yeah.
I don't really know.
Look at it.
Come on. You know what a Kingswood is?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what a Monaro is?
Yep.
Yeah, well, fuck, you're an Australian.
I know one of them.
That's why. What? You know what a Monaro is? Monaro.
Yeah, one of the boys. One of the mates rocked up in one the other day.
A older or newer?
Making a noise. Oh, God, fuck, I don't know.
You'll see, that's me. I don't really know. Like I know what it is.
Well, one's in the 70s and one's in the 2000s. You know what I mean? There's a big fucking difference.
It didn't look like something designed in the 70s.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because the old Kingswood, and even before that, if it was two-door, it was a Monaro. That's it. So yes, they're Monaros now.
It's a Volkswagen, isn't it?
No.
What are they then? They look like a Volkswagen.
No, you're Jesus Christ.
I don't do cars, mate.
I don't either. But you just say that, but it just makes me laugh.
People go crazy about these HSVs.
For anyone who's listening, and he just said it was a fucking Vauxhall. Wow.
Listen,
that's what happens when you're from the UK.
If I send people pictures of this in the UK, right? If anyone in the UK could see that, you'd say that's a Vauxhall.
Fuck what
when you put in that thing,
we're in Australia, my friend. We're in Australia, my friend.
Yeah, you all do things a bit weird. You just call things different.
I will say Australian stuff can be a bit odd at some points.
But then sitting on the fence now.
Sitting on the fence.
Sitting on the fence.
I am, because I sit on the fence because I look at Nan on my dad's side, Ukrainian lady, and then I look at Dre, Samoan.
Yeah.
And then I look at the missus and part of my mum's family.
Samoans know what Tarago is.
They know what fucking Tarago is. Of course they know what Tarago is. It's there. But looking at that, you see all different cultures and all different things and how they view things, stuff like you fucking Volkswagen. Like, I look at that. Like
Vauxhall.
Vauxhall.
Did you say Vauxhall? You said Vauxhall,
Vauxhall,
yeah.
yeah.
Vauxhall.
Yeah, well,
Vauxhall's
yeah,
UK, dude.
Yeah, Vauxhall, yeah.
A little front-wheel drive, four-cylinder.
That's what everyone creams over here, the HSVs and all.
Yes.
Fucking Vauxhalls.
Well, that's Mrs.
No.
Loves it.
That's it.
The new...
If I said to you, what's
the
a
Holden Vector and the Holden fucking something else that's like the Vector, they're made in the UK by Vauxhall.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what
so
that is.
So they are now, yes.
Yeah, no, I know what it is. I can't think of the name.
Yeah.
So if I said to you, what's a Massey Ferguson?
What? Who's he? Does he box?
It's a fucking tractor.
Does he box?
Do you know what that is?
What's his record?
Where's he fight out of?
10 bales of hay.
Maxie Ferguson.
Massey Ferguson.
Oh, I thought it was Maxie. I'm like, that's just a fucking name
Maxi
and a
pad.
half. Yeah. Yeah. So imagine a big, 350 Chev sitting inside that little Tirana.
Yeah.
It'd fucking rock it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Weapon and a half.
They're great. They're great cars.
Yeah.
Or a Skyline GTR engine.
Yeah.
I've seen ones with the V8 turbo. There it is. There's Maxie.
Massey Ferguson.
You know,
there she is. Wait.
That.
No.
Just.
It's got nice wheels.
Crazy wheels on that.
Crazy money. You just get one to cruise around on. Hey, you get in the freeway and just start cruising.
But that's what it just looks like a monster truck. Yeah, one of the actual with the utes with the big wheels, the monster truck. Yeah. That's what it looks like.
No, but I'd if I was had all the money in the world just to be stupid.
It'd make you money in that thing. That's the difference.
Yeah, but I'd drive it on the freeway. I'd go to
the freeway.
Yeah. Right on the freeway. Go stop out the front of Macca's. You have to take up 10 bays. Get out. Move your tractor. No.
Yeah, could you park in bay 1 and 2 and 3, please?
Just park in the whole thing.
Nice.
We all learned something.
Yeah, learn stuff every
I'm
day.
not sure what we did, to be honest.
I'm still learning.
You know what a Massey Ferguson is, and now you know what a Vauxhall is.
Do you know what a Tirana is?
One of those.
Now.
So you don't know shit. All you know is it's expensive and it's rusty.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
And it doesn't go when you buy it. You've got to do a load of shit to it.
But it still costs you a fucking arm and a leg. Yeah.
Costs you $100,000 for a car that doesn't go anywhere.
Do you know anything about a Mazda RX-3, RX-4?
I know a bit about them. I had a Mazda MX-5 once.
Okay. That's not the same, but okay.
It's got an M and an X.
Okay.
You just changed the number.
Got a number at the back. Now, the RX-3s and all that sort of stuff, which were around the same time as all this, so 70s-ish, they're same, 110 grand.
Yeah.
If you get an original, you're talking 200 grand.
That's what those Holdens will be now. They'll be collector's items because when they stop producing them here, the price will
Yes. Well, there's no more Monaros, regardless of obviously. There was 4 or 5 years ago when the last Monaro came out. So like Commodores were still coming out, but no Monaros. So
So somebody hung on to that.
When your mate brought that one around, hold on to that shit.
He's swapping it for 2 jet skis.
Fuck. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Cool.
Tell him, fucking buy that shit.
I saw you on your jet ski.
Buy that shit.
I saw that.
See that?
That was fucking awesome. That was my first ever time.
That's what made me laugh was the comment. First go on a jet ski. Fucking
straight airborne.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, go.
We went on, it was Pinky's semi-fucking Christmas do, but it was also Taylor, her birthday, right? So we're going to go to Rottnest. No, we're not going to Rottnest because it started too late, all that sort of shit. So we went to Elizabeth Quay and back. So I didn't want to get on the jet ski because I knew I was going to get burnt and all that sort of stuff. Poor little white boy. So on the way back, we had to stop at Nedlands to get petrol. And I said, fuck it, I'm jumping on. And sun was going down and all that sort of shit. So fuck it, I'm jumping on. I haven't ridden on one. I jumped on the back with one of the boys, Joel. And seriously, he fucking took off on this thing. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God. Like, it was fucking fast. But when you look at it, it did like 110, 120. So, yes, it's fast, but on the water, fuck, it was like double. You know what I mean?
Acceleration's incredible.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So, you just doing that. That's it.
It goes. Yeah.
So, he took me out for a spin. I thought, sweet. I got on it, and I took it by myself. So, I was going by myself, no problems. Then, because basically everyone that jumped on the jet ski during the day was a pork shop. Drinking, this, that, all that sort of stuff. The girl has got her fucking jacket on and gone, nah, I like him. He's not pissed. He looks responsible. I'm jumping on with you. I went, oh, all right, whatever. Jump on. You know, so she did. She goes, did you do this often? I said, first time ever. She went, what? I went, no, serious. First time ever. So we went out while the main boat was getting petrol. we went out, again, going fast. I said, I'm not going sideways, doing all that sort of shit because I don't know, so I'm not going to do it. She's like, sweet. So I went fast, straight, and she was cool. So I jumped probably 20 times. No dramas. We landed perfect. The one they filmed was the one I crashed, which is fair enough because it was a mad crash. But like, fuck, I was getting some air. You know what I mean? She also jumped on and was doing the same thing. And I'm on the back, trying to hold on to this shit. So I said, fuck it, I'm holding on to you. She goes, no, that's fine. I said, I'm fucking doing this. But I'm digging my head down because I didn't want to headbutt her either. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, from the jolt, from the...
Just general, because if you're accelerating and then all of a sudden you're going like 100 and you take your finger off, it just
yeah.
Some of these things are supercharged, actually.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've got one. I've got a film of one with turbo on it, and this dude has to stand to do it because it goes that fast. It's fucking unreal.
Yeah, see, that's nuts. Hey, like I've been on jet ski once, I think, and that was in the Gold Coast, and I went on like with someone on the back, but I was doing it, and you're right.
Yeah.
Little touch, and it just goes.
Yeah. I thought I'd be alright because I ride motorbikes. I thought I'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No. I turned. It throws the other way.
It's different. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Me off.
That's nuts.
They were doing like side then side. And people were flying. They're fucking throwing bottles at each other.
Yeah.
And I got the ice out, so I was baseball pitcher. So it was great. We had the main boat and then the 2 jet skis the whole day. So I made sure I jumped on, and then by the time I got back, it was black dark.
Yeah.
So like I'm like next to the boat going, I'm just staying here because I didn't want to fucking fall off or anything else. And we had a good chat, me and the girl, and the people keep saying it was like your missus. And I'm like, well, this is some random chick that jumped on. You know what I mean? We had a good chat and everything else, but she had basically just had a child, and this was her first time away from the child.
Oh no!
So she jumped on a jet ski. Let's go! But she fucking loved it. Yes, we crashed. I had the biggest bump on the back of my head because she headbutted me. I said, I came out of the water straight away. I've gone, fuck, where is she? Because I thought, all right, she's knocked out because I felt the back of my head. I've gone up, gone, you're right, she's here. And I went, are you sure she's here? All right. So I swam back to the thing. When we both got on, I'm like, is your head all right? She's no, a bit sore on the side here, but other than that, I'm sweet. I'm like, I'm not saying a word then. Fuck it. I had like a I don't know, egg.
A little egg on the back
of
your
head.
head.
An egg on my head, about fucking that big on the back of my head. Oh. So she must have hit me.
Yeah.
Or something did.
Well, on the video, you can see them both.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that tumble, yeah.
Yeah, they're frightening. The boy that put the shells up, my mate Dave.
Yeah.
He's got one. He said a couple of days after your video, he goes, oh, we're down Port Kennedy, come and have a go.
Yeah.
So I jumped on, and this is a supercharged thing. Oh. Fuck my life.
Do you know what the max is? Like as I said, these were about 120. He hasn't fucked with them yet. He's going
120 Ks it'll do.
Yes.
Yeah. It'll do 120. That's what he told me. I don't know what the fuck I had.
That's what his was doing. So I was doing by myself, straight on, first go, boom. I was doing 110, 115, no problem. But straight. I didn't want to turn. Yeah. I'm gone.
I went straight. I was like, oh, that's really quick. And then he started turning.
Yeah.
I hit a little wave side on. And I was
gone. Yeah, nah.
See you later.
I made sure I hit everything straight. No matter what I was doing, I was hitting it straight. So I went up. It was all straight, so it was all good.
That was a funny
I like jet skis
because your face in that picture. If you can zoom in,
isn't it good?
You can see it's like this is the moment he realised he fucked up.
It was one of those live pictures. Yeah. So you sort of see. So that was the top thing. It was fucking mad because I tried to take pictures off like stills off the actual video.
Yeah,
couldn't do it. Look shit. But that was actually like he took a photo and it was a live photo and it was fucking perfect. Sunny's flying off the back of her head and shit. She fucking loved it, man. She thought it was great. I thought this is awesome.
Saw the next day.
Hip flexors.
Surely feel something.
Hip flexors just from like basically holding because you're basically squeezing. So all my hip flexors were fucked. Besides the egg on my head, I was sweet. So I was happy with that.
It's good to walk away with hip flexors sore and an egg on your head.
I'm going to take my kids out on them. I reckon that'll be fun. My 18-year-old's going to be a silly bastard. I know that. But the 16-year-old's probably worse, to be honest. So I'll put them together. I'll go with my daughter.
Yeah, good.
So me and my daughter, and the 2 boys can go fucking stupid. Yeah. But yeah. Now, some pork shops got on the line and goes, someone said, how much was it to hire? And I've said, no, my mate owns them. So the guy's gone, oh, what a fucking loser. He can't even buy his own jet skis. I'm like, What? I know 3 people in my lifetime that own jet skis. Everyone else hires them and shit. You know? Like, even millionaires don't have jet skis. It's just a fuck around.
He was probably from the UK.
It was.
It was. Too cold to own a jet ski anyway. You need a husky and a fucking sled.
Fuckwits.
I'm first to say it.
But he doesn't even know what a Tirana is. What a dickhead.
All of you.
Okay. So we're good. We're 1 hour 15 in, so we're going to call it a day. Otherwise, it's going to get worse, I think.
It's going to get worse. It will.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to finish it off here. This is episode 7 of the 7. I like that 7. I haven't done Moist Mondays in a while. My missus hates that, but that's all right. This is episode 7 of the Big Daddy podcast. It is live on Facebook. I believe it'll get uploaded to YouTube and also onto Spotify. So
yeah, we're going to try.
We're going to try.
I've
so
recorded it for the first time.
Okay.
So hopefully it's all spick and span.
So I want to say a massive thank you to Action Jackson, England, for joining us. No doubt we'll get you in at another. Yeah, the crowd goes wild. We'll get you in another time once you've had a few more fights and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, you had the little one.
Cool.
You come in with all your black eyes from no sleeping from the child and all the rest of it. But
it's all part of the journey.
Of course, mate. Yes. And we all want to hear about it. So it's good.
If I keep telling everyone, if it comes out moonwalking or punching, I'm happy regardless.
Yeah.
That was all good.
Nice. What about both?
That's.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
You had to think about this. Yeah. All right. Is there anything you want to say or finish off?
No, you touch hands. Cool. I'm pretty.
We'll call it a day there then.
I'm pretty good. No, thank you guys for having us. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was really cool.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Yes.
Keep training. We'll see you again.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love your work.
I just can't help but fucking laugh.